Okay, everyone. Today I'm actually doing something not exactly new, but it's a tier list video. Today we're going to tier list what games in the Squid Game could I survive? First off, we had red light, green light. Now, I have a likely chance of getting through this game. Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't panic entirely when the first guy gets shot. I likely would somewhat, because I would likely flinch a bit watching that. But even then, a bunch of people did flinch during that when the guy got shot very clearly, and it didn't count, so it's likely that wouldn't count to me getting killed. Actually, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get through it. I've played the game a lot, so I'll try to run like my way through it and try to get to there as quickly as possible. I might get tuckered out maybe halfway through, but even then, the time limit is pretty long, so I might be able to slowly make my way through the rest. The hard part though would be actually standing on my feet for a long while because my legs kind of get tired out if I'm standing up for a bit. Comment if that also happens to you, or maybe I'm just different. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to be one of the people to immediately panic and get shot as a lot of people did during the first game. Because obvious, I'll probably immediately put two and two together and realize that if you move, you die. The second game was honeycomb. I have there's a chance I may die, but I'm likely going to get through this. Because at school, teachers usually say that my writing is a bit hard to read. But it's honestly because I try to write kind of fast. Because I'll know if you fail, you die. So then I'll try and keep as calm as I can while I slowly get through it because, we had a lot of time. But even then, honestly, the shape I get doesn't really matter. That they still had a lot of time, and if the main character can get through it, because I think the main character did get. But oh yeah, by the way, this will have spoilers for Squid Game if you somehow have no idea anything about it. If the main character can get through with the umbrella, then I can probably get through with the umbrella. Now we have the next game. Actually, which one? Which one was first? Which one happens first? Okay, yeah, the special game. Or Lights Out. I'm definitely gonna live through this one. Now, yeah. If we're going to say that I definitely, in the games, I'll still be like the same person I am right now, still same age and stuff. Of course, that'd be questionable, but like, they literally kept a baby in the games, and that baby managed to win the games. If they'll keep a baby in the games, then there's a high chance that like maybe someone I know gets brought in, but then like I also try and help them, but then like game organizers will be like, actually, wait a minute, we've never really had a kid on before. Maybe this will drive up the ratings from the VIPs. So they might keep me in on like a deal that like I could win, or like the person that got brought in with me that I tried to save would also be in the games. That if either of us won, we'd both get the money. They'd probably like do something like that if I was in the games. So yeah, anyway, I have a high likelihood of surviving. Because you probably didn't really know much about me. But I'm pretty good at contorting my body to fit into spaces. I mean, I can literally put my, I can literally put, I can only control my body to, yeah, the voice I'm doing right now, that's because I have my foot behind my head. So if I can control my body and put my foot behind my head, that means, depending on how big the beds are, I might be able to contort myself under one of the beds. Like, I might be able to, I run back towards one of the walls, and then I'll hide under the bed, under the wall, and just wait out the whole lights out thing. By the way, we won't include the fight from the second season or so, because, well, we won't include that one, because not really a game that much. We'll include this one. Tug of War. I'm not exactly the best at keeping grip on stuff. I can keep my grip on stuff, but it's likely that because I've done that before with my brothers, and they were pretty strong. And like I've held on to stuff that my brothers were holding on to for dear life pretty good. But I also did get rope burn, rope rash, whatever it was. But there's a lot of people, but I also have a lot of people on my team. It just kind of depends because hopefully I'll be on the same team as 456 and 001, and he'll do his whole thing where like get the tactic, do the tactic thing. So my survival in tug of war entirely depends on my teammates, because I can either get like the most fit people or get the people with bones the size of twigs. Marbles. Honestly, it's kind of a middle ground because it kind of depends on who I pick. Like by this point in the games, I'll be able to tell that something is probably not the right way. I will probably deduce that, they didn't even tell us about the whole murder part, which was probably, so that we would play the game, but also that's really deceptive of them. So we'll use that deduction to deduce the fact that maybe the partners that we pick might be people I have to go against. So I'll try and pick someone who I could maybe I'll like notice. I'll probably like notice the various people, and I'll pick someone who might not be very physically capable, or like maybe possibly easy to manipulate, and try to like manipulate them using the fact that they're like not physically capable or easy to manipulate. Maybe even like, because then they'll explain the rule that you have to get the 10 marbles. So if they're not very physically capable, I might just take the marbles from them forcefully. Or if they're easy to manipulate, I might pull the thing that got the one guy killed that everyone hated him for. But hey, you gotta survive. Not saying that I agree with what he did. I don't like him for what he did. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, so kind of depend. Okay, I might have a likely chance of surviving. But like, if we play the whole game, I'm not exactly the best at determining throws, so that might be a bit bad. Okay, glass bridge. It's honestly middle ground because, like I said, I'll be able to deduce that something is likely wrong. Because, it's obvious. Something, with the fact that we had just played the marbles game, and now we're doing this, and now they're asking us to pick these vests with numbers on them. I'll try and pick one of the lowest numbers because it's obvious at this point probably something bad would happen to the higher numbers. Because I've already said that they're deceptive, and with the fact that we just played marbles, I'd probably be one realize that something's up and pick one of the lower numbers. So honestly, it just depends if everyone starts dying, because then it depends whether or not everyone is stupid and starts dying, or if the tempered glass that says, "Oh, I can tell the difference between glass and tempered glass" guy manages to live in this sort of scenario, because then that means I can be there and manage to live. So it kind of depends. Squid Game. A lot of people managed to die during the glass bridge. Now we're still going by the canon that the girl died from the glass shard. I'm definitely gonna live this game, because I'll off mention it, but I once played a Squid Game Roblox game, and I won the entire thing because the other people that I was with were too focused on battling each other and not focused on getting to the circle. So we'll say that 4, 5, 6 and the other guy are still there, but that the lady died. 4, 5, 6 and the other guy will be fighting, but I'll sneakily get to the circle and win the entire thing. Now, honestly, you can disagree with my opinions on whether I should arrive or not. You can be because it's you. You're biased because it's you. It's completely fine to say. I just think that I'm trying not to be biased because, it's myself I'm talking about. Try not to. The six-legged pentathlon. It depends on who I'm teammates with. I had to start a second recording. I'll just edit the two recordings in together with this app, which I'm using actually, but the original choice. Basically, for the six-legged pentathlon, I will simply do the kicking part, and then my teammates can do the rest. For mingle, I'll be in a group. I'll stay in a group with a few other people, and then scatter, and hopefully recruit other people into a small group. Hopefully. And we'll try and do we'll form an alliance and do the people and get in rooms depending on what the thing says. Now the next game, hide and seek. If I'm hiding, I'll in the image, I'll try and climb up in the room that's in the image so the seekers won't get to me. If I'm seeking, I'll go around really quietly, hopefully try and find someone. The next game was jump rope. I'll just run across like a madman. And then for the final game, it's in the middle ground because I have to. Hopefully, multiple people can win because I'm pretty sure they clarified it was the last game in the show that it would be the last game. So I assume multiple people could win. So I'm sure multiple people could probably win. But basically, we'll just try and stay low. Because you know how gorillas in nature, if you're going up a silverback, you're supposed to get on the ground and make yourself look really small. Yeah, I'll try and doing that. So then, because people naturally were going for the most dangerous people, most fit people, and obviously will not be going for the little targets because because someone could see easy target, but also then they'd be but this person is more of a threat to me. So people wouldn't be going for me because I would not look like the biggest threat in the room.